The King's Speech is a historical drama film directed by Tom Hooper and released in 2010. It stars Colin Firth as King George VI, Geoffrey Rush as Lionel Logue, and Helena Bonham Carter as Queen Elizabeth. The movie is based on the true story of King George VI's struggle with a speech impediment and the unorthodox methods used by Lionel Logue, a speech therapist, to help him overcome it. The film explores themes of identity, friendship, and leadership, and provides a fascinating insight into the challenges faced by those in positions of power. The film opens with King George V announcing the abdication of his eldest son, Edward VIII, due to his intention to marry Wallis Simpson, a twice-divorced American woman. This news sets off a chain of events that ultimately lead to King George VI ascending the throne. However, George VI, known as Bertie to his family, has a severe stutter that he struggles to control, making public speaking an impossible task. Lionel Logue, an Australian speech therapist, is recommended to him by his wife, Elizabeth, and the two men develop an unlikely friendship as they work together to prepare for the challenges that await the new king. Colin Firth delivers an exceptional performance as King George VI, portraying the character's vulnerability and inner turmoil with great skill. Firth's performance captures the anxiety and frustration that comes with struggling to communicate effectively, and his portrayal of the king's determination to overcome his limitations is inspiring. Geoffrey Rush brings a sense of wit and humor to his role as Lionel Logue, and his chemistry with Firth is a highlight of the film. Helena Bonham Carter is excellent as Queen Elizabeth, providing a steady and supportive presence for her husband throughout his journey. One of the central themes of the film is the struggle for identity. The king is presented as a man struggling to come to terms with his role as monarch, and his stutter serves as a metaphor for the difficulties he faces in asserting himself. His relationship with Lionel Logue is a key factor in his journey towards accepting his identity as a leader. Lionel sees beyond the king's stutter and treats him as a human being rather than a figurehead, and this allows the king to let down his guard and begin to trust him. As the two men work together, the king's confidence grows, and he begins to develop a sense of self-worth that he had previously lacked. Friendship is another important theme of the film. The unlikely bond that develops between the king and Lionel is heartwarming and provides much of the film's emotional depth. Lionel's unorthodox methods and sense of humor challenge the king's preconceptions about his own limitations, and this leads to a strong sense of mutual respect between the two men. The scene in which the king and Lionel share a moment of levity while cursing together is a standout moment in the film, as it shows how the two men have forged a genuine connection based on honesty and trust. The film also explores the idea of leadership and what it means to be a good leader. The king's struggles with his speech impediment mirror his struggles as a leader, as he must find a way to overcome his limitations in order to communicate effectively with his subjects. Lionel's coaching helps the king to find his voice, and this newfound confidence allows him to inspire and rally his people during the difficult days of World War II. The film suggests that a good leader is one who is willing to acknowledge his limitations and seek help when needed, and who is willing to put in the hard work necessary to overcome his weaknesses. The king's relationship with his family is also explored in the film, particularly his complicated dynamic with his father, George V, and his brother, Edward VIII. George V is presented as a rigid and emotionally distant figure, who sees his son stutter as a sign of weakness and is quick to dismiss his concerns. Edward VIII, on the other hand, is shown to be a more sympathetic character, who understands his brother's struggles and tries to offer support despite their different paths in life. The relationship between the king and his wife, Elizabeth, is also portrayed as a source of strength and stability, with Elizabeth providing a much-needed anchor for her husband during his moments of doubt and anxiety. Overall, The King's Speech is a powerful and moving film that offers a fascinating insight into the struggles faced by those in positions of power. The film's central themes of identity, friendship, and leadership are explored with great depth and nuance, and the performances of Colin Firth, Geoffrey Rush, and Helena Bonham Carter are exceptional. The film is a testament to the power of human connection and the strength that can be found in vulnerability and honesty. It is a must-watch for anyone interested in history, leadership, or the human experience.